Heavy rains next week could potentially overwhelm the troubled drainage system in New Orleans. The city suffered devastating floods earlier this month when 17 of its drainage pumps failed to work after a severe downpour. 14 pumps are still offline tonight. Hurricane Harvey is the first natural disaster that President Trump has faced. The president plans to visit Texas next week, and his team wants to avoid the mistakes of the past. Here's Major Garrett.
As floodwater and desperation engulfed New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, the inept federal response was encapsulated in this now infamous remark from President George W. Bush to then FEMA Director Michael Brown.
And Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours.
The failures of Katrina haunt emergency planners to this day. So much so, White House Homeland Security Advisor Tom Bossert felt compelled to say this today.
Now is not the time to lose faith in your government institutions.
President Trump confronts his first emergency management test without a permanent Homeland Security secretary. John Kelly vacated the post to become the president's chief of staff. Earlier this month, the president toured FEMA headquarters for a hurricane preparedness briefing.
And we're very strong with respect to FEMA.
All of the mayors and governors saw what happened to Katrina, and they're not going to let that happen.
David Paulison headed FEMA after Katrina and until 2009. He says that storm changed management procedures.
Before, we waited for the local community to become overwhelmed, before the state stepped in, and waited the state to become overwhelmed before the federal government stepped in.
The fastest way for the federal government to step in is for the president to sign a major disaster declaration. That would release federal funds for reconstruction even before damage occurs. The Texas governor has asked for this, as have Texas's 2 Republican senators. The president, monitoring the storm from Camp David, is still reviewing that request. Anthony?
Major Garrett at the White House. Thanks. CBS News will continue to cover Hurricane Harvey tonight on our streaming network CBSN, our website, cbsnews.com, and tomorrow on CBS This Morning Saturday.